Hey guys, this is Mark, and you're watching Mark Melbourne TV. I hope everyone's doing well and you guys are staying safe out there. In this video, basically, I want to cover the context of what's happening with the pandemic at the moment and how it's affecting the Australian economy, why it's important to you as an individual, and also if you're a small business um, and also as an individual investor. So, whether you're watching the financial markets go into disarray at the moment because of the global pandemic, there is a lot of factors that are essentially creating the perfect storm for what's about to happen next, the recession, right? So, if you're following what's happening at the moment, I think what you need to know is that certain industries are being affected more than others. So this provides context as to, warranted panic or anxiety or opportunity if you're an investor, right, in these industries. So which industries are likely to be mostly affected? You guys could probably already guess this, but the ones that are on the media at the moment. So you hear Qantas cancelling a lot of its flights and putting a travel or issuing refunds in the form of credits for customers, and also the travel bans, right? So being at level 4 basically means that people are scrambling to come back home to Australia. This probably is going to be indefinite, at least until May or June, or even further, right? So I think at the very least September. There's going to be a flow-on effect for accommodation. Anything at the moment, obviously, because of social distancing, trying to create space, avoiding large crowds, that sort of thing. The recommendations by the, our health and government departments means that flow-on or similar industries such as hospitality, anyone in hotels, anyone in restaurant, bars, that sort of thing, they're all going to be affected because they can't have more than 100 people in their venues, which will probably escalate. And the government may potentially ask many small businesses that involve, crowds coming in of even up to 30, 40, 50 cafes, restaurants, think along those lines. A lot of these businesses may potentially have to close their doors for a short amount of time, especially if we look at what's happening in Italy, and then also seeing potential quarantine measures which require us to only go out and go to certain places like pharmacies and the supermarkets. So that's something potentially that might happen. Schools are currently open, however, I don't see that remaining that the same way. I think these schools are going to be closed as of next week. That's just my prediction. I could be wrong. But in terms of other industries that are being affected, there is obviously musicians, anyone who's in the entertainment business, anyone who's running conferences, meetings, that sort of thing, are being forced to innovate and consider conferencing videos and that sort of thing, and turning to video conferencing and technology in order to try to survive. But most of these guys are having to, cancel plans that were made many, many months ago. So I feel for a lot of these creatives, individuals, and small businesses, it's going to be a tough time. Now, on the other hand of this, obviously, because of the pandemic, there has been some industries that have been in demand, right? So which ones come to mind? The healthcare sector. So for the foreseeable future, there's a massive shortage compared to supply of healthcare workers and people who can, assist during this current pandemic or crisis that we're having globally. So anyone in healthcare, same thing with aged care. These are industries that will grow, during these times because there's a shortage. So there's these are the industries that will obviously have some cushioning, for better or worse. And I think from the financial markets, I won't cover too much specifically about what's going on with markets at the moment internationally and with the Australian stock market as well as cryptocurrency and also the Australian dollar and that sort of thing. I'll cover that in other videos, but right now, I'm interested to know how the pandemic is affecting your everyday, day to day. If you're an office job like me, you probably already have work from home or remote working access, or your company, if it doesn't have that set up at the moment, they're probably scrambling to try to get you onto group chat like Slack or Teams or Slack or WhatsApp or some of these devices which will allow you to do your jobs remotely. And the businesses that are large like banks, who have 8,000 employees compared to a small company which has 250 employees, is going to probably struggle to have the infrastructure to support that large of a workforce. So that's something I can see happening. If you're in hospitality or one of the industries that I've mentioned, how is the pandemic affecting you? I personally am working from home as of last week, so this has been my official first week at home working from home. It's presented some opportunities, but obviously at the same time, it's very different to what I'm used to. I've worked from home from time to time, but not for extended periods of time, and I'm getting prepared for the possibility of potentially having to work from home for the next 2, 3, 4 months. But mentally I'm preparing myself for at least 6 months. It means I get more time to make these kind of videos and analyze what's actually happening from a macroeconomical perspective in terms of financial markets and that sort of thing. So you're going to see a lot more videos from me, and I'm going to try to keep these fairly short, maybe between 5 to 7 minutes, and something that you guys can look forward to listening to, hopefully throughout the day. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and I'll keep making these videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, peace, have a good weekend guys, bye.